However, he didn't get that final determination. And so that battle he lost to Crick and Watson. Okay. So we just want to let you know that he's a great chemist. So we talk about a little bit history also, okay? So let you know this how it comes. So that's covalent bonds. Last one, hydrogen bonds. That's number 3. So we just mentioned about the DNA. This is everybody knows. It's a double layer of DNA running opposite direction. You have A complementary with T, G complementary with C, Z in the middle is a hydrogen bonds. Hydrogen bonds is relatively a weak one. That's what it can break. And the covalent bonds is a strong one. So we always, what we do is using water as an example. So we have a water. So we have another one right here. So the connection between the H and O, if inside one molecule, this is covalent bonds. The covalent bonds needs lots of the energy to break down. Approximately 115 kcal per mole. And we know the connection between the oxygen and the proton in a different water chemical. This is the hydrogen bonds. And the hydrogen bonds is relatively weak. You only need 5 kcal per mole can break down. This is the reason why the water can move in. This is also the reason why inside of this water molecule, it's not easy to break down like that, except you have electricity. Right? These are the things you can think about. So what's the definition for the hydrogen bonds? That is, we say, is H atoms from polar atoms, or polar chemicals, we just say chemicals, combined with or attached to another strong electron negativity chemical. That is their definition. This is a little bit like a layman definition, not really the chemistry. Okay. So that's all we have for the chemical bonds. So we talk about the syllabi. We talk about this basic knowledge. What will be the major chemicals we'll talk about in this class? So we want to talk about is a major macro chemical will be covered in the class. This will be in coding. We will talk about water and with ice. It's a good time to talk about. We had the snow, so we talk about the ice. Talk about the ice crystal, the water, isosome, absorption, desorption, isosome, all those. So we're going to talk about the protein, the second one, with amino acids. In this section, there is a major chemical reaction regarding the cooked food quality called Maillard reaction. We will be spending a lot of time to talk about all the chemical equations. Then we will talk about the lipids. Lipids, we have a major issue we're going to talk about is auto-oxidation. Then we want to talk about is carbohydrate. This is, we will be mentioning table sugar manufacturing. So the last one, we will mention about the fermentation. What's the key thing here regarding fermentation is vinegar manufacturing. And then the last one, we're going to spend some time talking about antimicrobials. Okay, so that's a major chemical. We have like 3 minutes left. We want to mention something also, a review for you is a chemical functional group, which means these are the chemical function we will mention during the semester, and you need to be a little bit familiar. So the chemical functional group. So what are those? This is easy. Hydrogen. Second one, hydroxy. So remember, we talked about DNA replication. So why this 3' to 5' is leading bands, and otherwise the lagging bands, because there is no free available 3' hydroxy bonds. So what is this guy? Aldehyde. Okay, that's kind of the components of carbohydrates. Then what is this guy? That's ketone. So when we talk about Maillard reaction, we're going to always mention aldehyde and the ketone. What is this one? That's amine group, composed by amino acids. Okay, what else we have? Disulfide, also the components of protein and amino acids. We mentioned about the CH3 methyl group. So why is it important? When we go talk about the lipids, the nomenclature, we could have a name of the lipids. We could go from the methyl end, and it could coming from the carboxy ends. That comes out with omega-3, omega-6. So those we should know. Therefore, what is this guy? Carboxy. Okay. Now the last one. Phosphates. We don't talk about that one all the time, but that's important. Okay? So, yes, we have an hour. So, basically, this is what we have in the first class. We always talk about these to let you have freshmen of chemistry. What is the atom? The proton, neutron. The major atoms in a biological body. And we spend a chunk of time talking about the electron arrangements. And then we go talk about chemical bonds, ionic bonds, covalent bonds, and hydrogen bonds. We talk about introduce you with the major macro chemical and the chemical functional group. So this is what we have. And Thursday, we will going to talk about biochemistry reaction. Always using the one, which is I teach all the time, is for the aerobic respiration, the calculation of the ATP. Then there's a lot of the biochemistry knowledge we can cover it. The only one, the chemical we're not going to talk too much is the DNA and RNA, because that's basically for genetics class. For the chemistry class, not cover that part too much. But the other biochemistry and the chemicals we got to mention all the time. So that's the reason why we want to let you have introduction. And sp3 hybridization, we will talk little detail when we talk about the water sections. Okay? So that's all we have today.